All right, what is going on, everyone, and welcome to another installment of the ERA, the Elite Racing Association playoffs, round of six, here for the second to last race of the season, the last race of the round of six. So, we are at Phoenix tonight, and one thing we are definitely looking at here is very tight racing between the final four drivers that are need to be in the playoffs. Kalen is already in. Trump Train is already in. So because of that, we have four drivers that are looking for their ticket into the round of six. The round of four, the final four at Homestead here in 2 weeks' time. So kind of going through the board right now, you have Casey, who's sitting the best out of all of them. He just realistically needs to have a good race. After that, you have Goose, who is 11 points
Coming to the green, driver.
ahead of Boz,
Ready here.
and then Boz is of course then 11 points on them. Then after that, you have a little bit of a a little bit of a disparity between the other drivers. You have Loho, who is in 100% must-win territory. After that, you have the guys here that are going to be working on as much as they can in order to get those points. So let's kind of go through what makes Phoenix Lab a very difficult track for these guys here. So obviously you have the long swooping turn end of dogleg right here. They kind of cut off your lap time. You want to cut this dogleg here in half and then look for that right orange sign right there. Look for the orange sign right here. That's when you typically pick it back up. You're going to be really tight on corner exits, so you kind of want to pulse the throttle a little bit. I'm running a preset 7, and it's tight right now. Looking for the cones on the right, off throttle. Tap of the brake right there, off throttle a little bit. Just let it ride, and you're going to get a good lap time by not taking the dog like that time, and that's 26-1. Not a good lap by any stretch of the imagination, but definitely better than what I have been in my practice run. This is, of course, not a. I'm not racing, of course, I am broadcasting, but if you want a good lap time, you're going to be seeing a mixed bag of strategy here. You can see that people will be cutting the dog leg like this. There will be some that won't. There will be some that will go for like a little bit of a both strategy, kind of like a kind of cutting it right here, but this track you will see get harder and harder as the laps go on by. You can see that your right sides just in general are blowing up right now. You have your right rear that is going to really feel the pain as the run goes on. But yeah, this is definitely not a good time. I definitely think full time will be somewhere in the 25s, honestly. That's typically where I can see it happening. But yeah, definitely Phoenix is definitely a tough track and a track that these guys definitely want to get a feel for. Hopefully they were doing some practice because, like I said, it all comes down to this. You have people that will come in or won't. Going into Homestead, who will come out victorious. Loho is 100% in a must-win situation, so he's going to be making aggressive calls that some guys won't really need. I think I improved right there, but I'm not entirely sure. So we're going to see who kind of stacks on out right here. Cyber, of course, joining us for his second race ever with us. Dakota with his fourth, so excellent to see them here. But yeah, we have, like I said, the two drivers are the two drivers are already locked in. We have Nathan Grant here. We have Agent Orange, in case you don't recognize that. Actually watching, probably rooting on Dakota Drake right now. So we're going to see how they kind of shake on out with everyone with qualifying. But I definitely think that with Phoenix, it is going to be a really tough track for these guys. So, and as we load in here, we're going to see exactly how we stack up. Just kind of posting the stream link for everyone to watch right now. Let's see here. Like I said, 25 was definitely pull time right there. So exactly, that is like I said, one thing to watch, as I said. But yeah, let's adjust these real quick. Relax yellow, stages are on, damage is off. There we go. All right. All right, 1 second. All right, my apologies about that, guys. So we had a discrepancy with the qualifying procedure. For anyone that is not aware, the reason why we run so few laps in qualifying is so essentially you can just go one and done it. But yes, there is actually a rule of no pitting here. I don't think the 25 of Cyber, who got a really good time of a 25.8 right there, was got that message. But either way, what's done is done. So he's new. This is, like I said, only his second race. So we're just going to be giving him with a warning there. But yeah, right now we have a lot of questions that are raised for the Final Four. Who can make it? Like I said, you have Kalen and Trump Train that are already locked in with the wins at Daytona. At Daytona, respectively, with Trump Train, and then you also have Chicagoland with Kalen getting his win right there. So that locked him into the round of six. Who can lock themselves in now? That is going to be the question. Like I said, Casey just needs to have a very solid day, but that can not really be done and done right there, because you can have bad days. Just last week at Daytona, Kalen finished 11th, did not get good stage points, and if he didn't have a win, he would actually be in this points battle for this. So anyone can have a bad night here, and that that is all she wrote. So hopefully these guys have practice, because that is going to be the biggest things for this to come on down. Yeah, I'm just finishing up the social media stuff right now. But anywho, so yeah, guys, make some noise. Who is all out there in YouTube land right now? Like I said, I have Nathan going for his own Final Four spot tonight. But like I said, probably rooting on Dakota Drake right now. But yeah, speaking of Dakota, he is going to be lining up in P9. Will be P8 when I back on out. So you're going to see a bit of a slice it and dice and move on the top. So I'm going to actually let them know before we start that actually they cannot go below the dog leg, cut the dog leg before on the initial start. So if that gets caught, that will be a penalty. But I will let them know about that. All right, so like I said, we have a lot of stakes for this right now. People love Phoenix just for the sake of how difficult it is, and honestly, out of a 1 to 10 scale, I would definitely rate Phoenix as um, probably a 7, just because of the long runs. And thankfully, with a 25% race, they won't have to deal with the extreme long runs. But it doesn't mean the cars won't get loose, not by any stretch of the imagination. You will see people get loose as soon as the as the green flag drops, because people run a looser setup than most people do, just because of a 25% distance. We have 12 drivers racing tonight. Loho, with a bold strategy, deciding to back on out to get the first pit stall. That is an interesting call, considering he is in a must-win. Yes, Nathan's saying it's Iowa without the banking. Yes, I would agree with that, just because of how loose you can get corners. And these guys are going to be at the full outfit of that. You're going to see a lot of people actually. You're going to see a lot of people actually kind of cut the corner of turns 3 and 4, kind of go on the apron. I personally don't think that helps, because it actually wears out tires a little bit more. But 78 laps total is what's on the board for tonight. We have, it's actually, all things considering, it's a very short race. Cyber's going to lead us to green here. We're going to be looking from a bit of a boom vision right now. Like I said, you're going to see, yep, everyone being nice and careful through turns 1 and 2. Now we're going to kind of go through the pack right now. Boz is going to be able to he's the one that needs the most points out of everyone. He's currently on the outside looking in, and he needs to beat the 9 right there, who is his main competitor, as Loho is already making his way up through the field. The 41, though, of Heron being very keen and just riding the top right now, being very patient here on lap 1. The 17, though, already making his way forward. So now, there we go, people fanning on out to go and take the apron, cutting the dog leg right there. But yeah, that 48 is going to have to make some ground on the 9. And then the 9 is going to have to lose a lot of positions, because right now... Oh, my goodness, the 11! absolutely got destroyed right there. Got way too tight going to the corner, and then because of that, is going to choke on up the 13 and the 17 right there. That is not what you want to see, but thankfully the 11 though is already in the Final Four, so right now this is probably a for fun race for him. He can tell that he is running a far too tight of a setup right now because he is just not turning right now. In fact, he's in the wall again. 19 of Joshua Jaguar joining us yet again here. Always nice to see. He runs full-time here. He runs full-time when he can, but he has a job that he has to attend to. So when he wants to be full-time, he unfortunately has to go down to part-time. And it's always nice to see him come on out whenever he can. One thing, though, you can see Cyber kind of scooting away from the field right now. Goose, US Trek Enterprise right behind him in that 9, though. Cyber kind of running that line that I was talking about, kind of cutting the apron of 3 and 4. Ooh, almost. It cut the outside wall right there, going to the short shoot of turn 1. But Cyber kind of getting a little tight right there. You can kind of see him kind of overcorrect there in coming off the corner. But, yeah, you can see... that Dakota has moved his way forward yet again. The 13 also putting on some moves to the 48, looking high right there. Going to be on board the 48 here, see what he can do. Going to turn 1, the 13 is going to look down low, gas it up a little bit in the middle of the corner. The 48 is going to hold it steady, and as long as he didn't slap the outside wall, he's going to have the outside momentum. But that 13 is going to dive it on into turn 3, and the 17 as well. Saying, oh, thank you for opening up the door, I will take it, but did not have the proper momentum out of the corner in that spot. Stays with the 48, but the 48 with the interesting strat to bounce it off, kind of correct himself with the wall right there in the short shoot going into turn 1. So, yeah, it's a good thing there's no damage on. Going through the rest of the field right now, we have, so the top 6 have kind of found themselves in a straight line right now. You have Heron right here in the 41, kind of biding his time. You can tell that he's running a bit of a tighter setup, and that's just because of how he takes this corner right here. The 11 are looking really low. That's the real life NASCAR line right there. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work in the video game. But yeah. Ooh, the 13. I don't know what happened there. Did he hit the inside wall? Stage length. If I recall correctly, stage length is, I do believe like 20 laps or something like that. They'll let me know when they're getting down to like 10 to go. Ooh, Heron really forcing it down on the inside. You can tell the people that are starting to get loose right now as opposed to getting tight. That 13 though. The 13 though, really choking it on up. On the inside right there. I don't think the car really enjoys what setup he's on right now because it's just not quite making up the time that he wants to. But thankfully, if he just rides around right now, he can do all he wants because he is into the Final Four. So I think that's what his main goal is right now. But Tom is actually moving forward as well, making up a little bit ground here in P8. You have Cyber, who's gapped himself a little bit from Goose, Goose P2. You have Boz P3, Casey P4, Kalen P5, Heron P6, Dakota P7, Tom P8, Trump P9, Loho P10. Again, he's in a must-win, so look out for Loho. And then you have Joshua Jaguar and then Brian SP rounding out the field in 11th and 12th. Yeah, it looks like definitely from the back here, you can see how loose they are. The 22 really throws it on down, but jams on the brake in order to avoid getting into his competitor right there. Heads up driving from him. Let's take a lap with Cyber right now to see just how his car is right now. Very steady coming out of the turn right there. Going into the corner, like I said, kind of goes below the apron, kind of runs that, gets back on the throttle right before the Geico restart zone, rides it all the way around, and then back. Basically, when the finish line meets the apron, that's when he crosses to take the dogleg, arcs it back up into the corner, back on right in the middle of those two orange banners. Car is handling pretty well for him. Not too tight, not too loose, even though right there you can see that he had a kick of understeer right there. So definitely you can see that the car can be better, but it's not outrageous. Ooh, actually slapping the wall right there. That's going to open up the door for the 9, who gains a little bit of time right here going into turn 1. So yeah, don't count Goose out of this yet. He is far from out of the running yet. Yeah, Cyber actually maybe on a pure preset, maybe calling a liar out of me here. Maybe Cyber is dealing with some handling issues, but yeah, that's actually allowing the 9 to really close on in right now. And let's actually see how many laps are left in stage 1. Hey guys, how many laps are left in stage 1 whenever you get a chance? 4? Alright, copy. 4 laps are left actually, so yeah, never mind then. But yeah, you can see that, like I said, the 9 is actually really making up some ground right now, but the 25, I think once he gets into a rhythm, I've seen what Cyber can do. It's going to be hard to catch him. See, maybe that 11 or maybe in the 48, because a win for the 48 means he is into the playoffs. And right now, or not playoffs, he's into the Final 4 race at Homestead. So we're going to see what he can do as well. The 48 just needs to gain 2 more positions, and he's there. It's in his reach. But I'm more with Casey though. So 2 more to go right now. You can see that Casey is really putting the pressure on Boz here. And actually, surprisingly, I would actually want to start on the outside going into the new stage. I think by having the outside line, you can have the better momentum going into the turn. Let's actually go on board with Cyber here as we are now 1 lap to go in stage 1. Like I said, handling car is working as good as it can be right now. Goose is doing his best to kind of close on up, but he's going to be 1 spot short of the stage finish, kind of throwing it on in there. But Goose is going to do what exactly he needs to do, and is going to take P2 right there. Boz P3, so that means Boz is now even in a bigger hole because of where Goose finished. So that is going to be really, really tight now. That puts the pressure on Boz even more. It's going to require Goose to kind of make a mistake, or Boz just to up his game a little bit, because now what was an 11-point gap is now a 12-point gap. And with a stage and then the final race, that's not a lot of opportunities to kind of take that up. And then Casey finishing P4 right behind, and then Kalen P5 to round out the top 5 right there. It's going to be really close with just how aggressive you can be with your competitors. Ooh. Did I? Well, we saw that live. Huh. One of the things that you just see live. But, wow, that opens the door, guys. Wow. Okay. So, Cyber, unfortunately, has lagged on out of this race. So that puts the pressure on those. Oh, my goodness, and that is... Oh, 3 wide up there. My goodness me. That is... Oh, and Loho putting the pressure into the back of the 11 right there. The 43 there. 3 wide coming out of turn 4. Spreading on out, going maybe even 4 wide. 4 wide going into the dogleg. Going to shorten it back up. And there we go. The 43 looking on down low. He has to win this race in order to make it into the final 4. 100%. Meanwhile, those 3 ahead of him are actually, like, a win is fine, but only 2 of them need that win. The rest of them can actually make it in on points, because now the 11 is left to do what the 11 has to do, and he is going to kind of close on in and play the Jaws theme right now, because he's a-coming. Goose, though, coming on a... actually, it's funny that we mentioned that now. Goose is actually on a very long winless streak since all the way in Watkins Glen and race 6 of the season. That has been a a very long stint because that was way back in the beginning of the season, way back in the spring of 2021. My bad, I wish I could count. So yeah, the Goose is to get a win here when it matters would be a clutch moment. But yeah, looking at the rest of the field right now, kind of going on through. Ooh, Heron got the worst out of that situation right there. Heron is now all the way back in P11 right now, with unfortunately Cyber getting the boot now down in P12. Yeah, that is one of those things that. Ooh, 41 kind of hitting the wall right there. Casey putting the pressure on his teammate. You can see that he just got a little bit of a better exit right now. Goose trying to make his way away from his teammate here in the 13. But the 13 doing exactly what he needs to do as well. Hey, he's already into the Final Four as we are talking. But he is a win would be just as sweet, honestly. So yeah, that's unfortunate from Cyber right there to kind of lag on out of this race. That was That was actually a heartbreak because going from winning the stage to no stage points in stage 2, and then obviously he's going to get rewarded with P12 in the standings. But from pole to a stage 1 to last, that's got to sting a little bit. Unfortunately, that sucks for Cyber. But there's still a race to be had. There's still points to be earned. You can see that right now. Loho, after that really good opening lap, has kind of plugged himself back in P7 right now with Selling Dreams Tom right here back in P8. Heron making his way back in P9. I don't know, whatever adjustments they made are not quite to his liking yet because that car is yet to come alive, honestly. But you can see from the top 4. The top 4 are starting to get really dicey up here. The 11 kind of hitting the wall right there. The 48 diving on down, but there's a wall right there. Oh my goodness me! And that's going to open up the door for the 11, who's actually going to just let the 48 go. But yeah, there is a that's actually one of the hazards of Phoenix is if you cut that apron. Of course, there's a wall that kind of sticks on out right there. You're looking at a potential, well, almost what Boz did right there, and just kind of spin on out. But thankfully that didn't happen. But right now, 9 of Goose is really under pressure from his teammate here right behind. The 9 has the lead, and currently those two will be in the Final Four. Going into this race, if they were to finish right now, but if we were to finish right now, the 13 I think would be a little bit upset because he wants that win just as much as his teammate does. The 13 though, kind of looking high, looking low, trying to find to see what road to go down because it looks like he has a little bit of a faster car than the 9, just can't quite get around him. Back on board with Baez, who, if he were to finish this stage exactly how it is right now, he will not move on. And I'll actually let him know about that going into this stage 3, that he has to go out and win this race if he were to finish the stage exactly where it is. So because of that, you have the 48 kind of, unfortunately, not really making too much of a progress on his two competitors up front, but the 11 kind of playing the patient game right there in P4. You have Dakota P5. Ooh, Tom getting really tight off that corner and had to correct as he got down the backstretch right there. Speaking of Dakota making up, pulling double duty right here, has said that he's going to be running in another league race immediately after this. But Buzz, oh, that's going to be a wall there, bud. I don't think he knew that the 11 was there, so he kind of went on down. So because of that, but then the 11 kind of bounces off the wall, and the 17 is going to try to capitalize from that. And now that means that the 17 is going to be side by side. Nope, clear from the 11. So, yeah, right now it looks like the 11 is trying to help on out the 48, try to give him extra space because the 11 is, of course, locked into the final race at Homestead. he has nothing to lose. He can finish last. He didn't even technically need to show up tonight, and he would have been fine. But yeah, you have Boz, who, like I said, not really making up a whole lot of progress though, but definitely under fire from the 11. The 3 of Trump Train, then making a little bit of space and a little bit of time down on the 17 here, but gassing up in the center of that corner as the 1 there goes and completely obliterates the inside wall. Where is he at? Come on. There he is. But yeah, that the 9 rear camera is being lit up with that number 13 logo, because as we have seen time and time again that these two are incredibly fast. Casey just winning at Dover at Darlington a few weeks ago at the round of 8. That's actually what punched his ticket into the round of 6 way back in Darlington. He was also on a bit of a winless streak since Texas, race 2 of the season. Now, right now, he wants to take away that possible streak from Goose as well. But Goose also trying to end of a bit of a dry spell himself. So right now, Goose has been near flawless so far this race. First and a second right now with the 48 the 48 not quite being there. He is starting to make up a bit of headway right now, though. Looks like that extreme long run is when he really starts coming to life, but I don't know if there's too many laps left for him to actually make up any ground. Hey guys, whenever you get a chance, how many laps are left? Will that... Oh, so that means you guys are going to restart with 3 to go. Okay. So that was a caution. Not quite sure what brought that out, actually. Yeah, that's our first caution of the race, and actually the first one in quite some time, actually. Because now we are going to be restarting with 3 to go. That is not going to be good news for Goose right here. Because he wanted it to just end the way it was. But now, the 48 is going to be all over the back of those two. So we're going to be seeing exactly who pit, who didn't. Looks like everyone pit right there for 4 fresh tires, or at least 2 tires. But yeah, you have... the 13 that did not quite get going there. The 48 is going to really capitalize, though. The 48 is going to be... down on the inside, the 11 is going to really force his hand right there. But now they're coming to 2 to go here on the stage. The 11 is going to really kind of choke on up the corner. That's not what you... Big checkup from the rest of the pack right there. Now the 9 and the 48 going to be a bit of a drag race right now. The 48 is going to really throw it on down here and see what they can do. The 17 also trying to make his way up here. The 17 trying to get some good stage points. You have Greg, father of Casey. Bad time for him. He had to drop to the back of the pack, but there's the wall right there. This is the white flag here going into stage number 2. 1 more lap to go here in stage 2, and the 2 championship, the people on the bubble, the 48 and the 9, right here, first and second. Who will come out victorious? The 48's going to just dive it on down. I can feel it right here. Get a bumper to the back of the 9. Oh, but... And coming to the line, that is... Ooh, that was... That is stage win for the 9. And actually, let me let them tell that right now. Baz, do you want me to tell you your situation right now, or? Was that a yes, or was that a no? You are in a must-win now. Alright. good luck, guys. Loho and Baz are in a must-win situation for the Final Four. All right, let's kind of go on down and see the rest of the stage results, because that was a bit of a mixed bag right there. So you have US Trek, Baz, Dakota, Joshua Jaguar, Kalen, Trump Train, Brian, Tom, Casey, and Heron. So now you can see that 43 of Loho did not pit right there. Very interesting strategy right there. But now the 48's going to take it 3 wide. Going into turn 1, we got to find that right now, because he's going to be trying to get... Oh, that's now the 17 goes and cuts it through the middle, and that is going to be... Oh, that was very tight right there. The 17 cutting it into a donut right there, and is now going to be in P2. The 17... Oh, no, actually the 48's going to be taking P2, as the 17 is going to be fighting on the outside. The 48 taking a really shallow entry. I don't like that. Oh, bit of a bounce off the 17. But that is just how turn 1 is sent right now. But Loho, pivotally, is in the lead. If the race were to end exactly like this, he would be in the Final Four. He is doing exactly what he needs to be doing right now. This is intense racing from these guys right now. And right now, like I said, Baz is right behind him, who also is in a must-win. The tensions have been heightened for these guys, who can actually go all the way here. But I don't know who's going to come on out. Let's kind of go through the rest of the pack right now. You have the 41 all the way in the back. You have the 11 who's been kind of a midfield. He's been kind of letting the drivers do as they do up front. The 9 is going to look on down low. The 17, nope, thinking better of it right there. But the 17 is starting to make up some ground right now. It is going to be tight for the win right here. But Kalen is looking to just kind of observe right now to see who is going to be joining him in the Final Four, as Joshua hits the wall on the outside. And that's going to not really... Oh, but the 17 Dakota into the wall. I don't think the 48 knew that he was there. But... thankfully, that was not a whole lot of... I think from the camera shot, it looked a lot worse than it actually was. But, yeah, the 17 continues rolling just like that. But now the 43 and the 48 doing exactly what they need to do and win right now. So, it's going to be, like I said, really close for these guys. Let's kind of cut away from that for the moment right now and see where everyone else is. You have Casey, who is rebounded to a P6 after that stage 2 restart. He had to drop to the back of the pack. I don't think he pit, actually, if that's what I heard correctly. But yeah, right now this is intense up here for the top 5. The 40 at 17 looking down low. The 17, incredible patience. He could be throwing it down the inside of the 48, but the 48, that's not how you take that corner, my guy. And that's going to give the proper momentum to the 17, but that 48 is going to dive it on down the inside, and will give the momentum back to the 48. Ooh, but, oh, no. Really tight right there. But now the 48 is going to be, oh, there's the cutback. And the 17 is going to take P2 right there. Oh, but the 9 put the 11 into the wall right there. A little bit of love lost between these two right now is what I'm hearing. So now the 48 is it needs to do the cutback now. There we go. The 17 is going to be down the inside of the 48, but this battling is allowing the 43 to kind of scoot away. So, oh, this is not what you want to be if you're in the Final Four right now for anyone but the 43. The 43 is exactly loving this right now. He is concentrating so hard. The 48 is just... because everyone's, I feel like, very equal in pace right now. So you have... oh, that's not... So what can the 17 do for that right there? And I think just from that I think that was just a racing incident right there. I don't think that's anything anything to be worried about. I think that was just a racing incident. Based on what I saw, the 17 did what I think he is trying to do. He's going to try out and win this race. But right now he has a pack of hungry hounds right behind him and a 43 who is in a must-win situation. So he has to know that 43 is going to be battling like a caged animal right now. But no, that 48 is not out of it by any means. The 9's not out of it by any means. The 11 is, I think, being unleashed right now. You can see that he has gone down low. Laps left, I don't know, and I don't want to quite ask right now because the racing's so intense. A lack of concentration from these guys could take away from their momentum. So I'm going to kind of hold on off, but the 17 hit the inside wall right there. That's not what you want. But yeah, that 43 is doing exactly what he needed to do right now. So we're going to see exactly how this is going to shake on out. But that 48 is looking up high, and I don't think that's going to be... I don't think that's going to be where he is going to be. But if Loho would win, actually... Ooh, the top 3, the 11... I did not see that right there. Oh, hang on. And that is going to be a caution. Alright, so, things are getting pretty heated is what I'll say. You have those, like I said, the 43 is, that entire lead that he had is now gone, but now you're going to have, now the 43 is all the way, he just needs a rebuild right now, and... Alright, so now the 48 has to go out and win, but that 43 is going to be blocking like his life depends on it right now. Like I said, I don't know exactly where, how many laps are left. I wish I could know, but, like I said, you have those that are really concentrating. Oh! And there it goes. Looks like the 43, looks like got way too loose going into the turn right there and hit the inside wall. So, yeah, that's not exactly what you want to see right there. But that is going to take the wind out of his sails right there. But anywho, now you have the race back in the hands of the 9 and the 13. Like I said, either of these guys technically don't need a win. They're already in the Final Four right now, but they will gladly take it. So we're gonna find out exactly how many laps are left. Hey guys, whenever you guys get a chance, how many laps are left? Copy. 7 laps to go right now. So they are 7 laps to go, and I think for all this going on, like I said, this is just what the playoffs just bring right now. A lot of, yes, 7 laps to go. So you have a lot of people just getting upset. You have a lot of people. A lot of people. Tempers are starting to flare, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that 9 and 13 are working. Are working. Ooh, I heard someone's controller died. I don't know who it is. Who was it? The 43. Oh no, and that will mean the 43 is officially out of the playoffs. That 100% certainty now. That is unfortunate, but yeah, right now as we have 5 laps to go, the 9 is definitely making some hay up here. The 3 though is starting to come to life. A little bit of a bumper to the back of the 9 right there from his teammate in the 13. If these two start battling right now, the 3 and the 13, that's going to mean the 9's going to have a lot of clear track in front of them. And now we're coming to 3 to go now. The 13's holding steady, but right now you got to feel for Boz coming in a must-win, and yeah, and I know and that's unfortunate from him. Like I said, you got to feel for that because it's been a really a tough time for Boz. It seems like he has pace, but something always happens. So the 48, unfortunately, if it stands right now, and I do believe this is the white flag, or 2 to go, I lied. That will be his playoff hopes dashed right there. But right now, yeah, I think the 13 is perfectly content with just riding behind the 9. The 3, though, going to be trying to gain a little bit of extra points. A little extra, maybe a win if these two were to actually battle. Because right now, they are nose and stern, and the white flag, the 9, it's going to take a monumental mistake for the 9 to kind of get trashed out of the way here. But that 13 looking stout. The 13 is going to be maybe making a move here. Bump to the back of the 9. Up the hill he goes. 13 is going to ride behind the 9. And the 9 will take it. The 17 actually... All right. Alright, so we have the final results in our hands right now. We have Goose, US Track Enterprise with P1, Casey P2, Dakota P3. Actually, that's one person that we're missing right now. We need to get Dakota in here. But yeah. So yeah, how are you guys feeling about that?
Well, God, we all got pretty close, so I'm glad I won, but it's bittersweet because, it was either me or Boz. I knew that from the start, and it just happened for me today. Boz, I think, had a good car, too. He had a good plan, but bittersweet. I'll take the win. I don't get many of them here.
All right, so let's just start with our P3 right now. Dakota, how you doing today?
Dakota's not in here.
Yeah, Dakota's not in here.
It was Trump that got P3?
No, I actually got 4th. He got me right up the line.
Dakota.
Could you hear anything I said?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, I guess if he's not going to be joining us, Casey, it seems like you were perfectly content with riding behind your teammate there. Were you thinking about trying to take the win for yourself, knowing that you both were going to be in on points coming to the white, or no?
Not gonna. Well, you want to interview Dakota?
No. Go
He's
ahead.
in now. Okay.
You're already here.
Yes, it crossed my mind, but I was more focused on, not messing him up. Not, if we weren't so pressured at the end, I probably would have tried to make a move. But Goose had a great car. I think he was better in 3 and 4, 1 and 2, and I was better. I always get this track mixed up. Sorry. He had a better car in 3 and 4, and I had a better car in 1 and 2. I felt, but throughout the whole race, I was like, gotta get Goose up there, go protect him.
Really?
That's all I could think of. It honestly feels good to finally have the teammates do 1 and 2 in this league. I was waiting for that all season. What better time to have them get locked into the final?
Well, remember, it did actually happen at Daytona in the very first race.
Oh, it did?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, you guys pushed me to the win there, too.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But yeah, Casey, though, you were already you basically just had to have a solid race, and indeed you did have a solid race. So, excellent job there. And how does it feel to be a part of the Final Four?
Great, it feels awesome. Feel bad for Buzz. Wish he could have made it too. But that's how it goes, I guess. But going to the Final Four at Homestead, now we got 2 weeks to practice it. Best believe Goose and I will be together practicing those 2 weeks.
Yes, for sure. Next week I do actually want to do something with the Final Four, everything. So like potentially kind of like a podcast type of thing, kind of give everyone's thoughts. So hopefully everyone will be available next Thursday, just not for a race or anything, but just for like a little speak and greet type of thing. So, but yeah, that's kind of another reason why I wanted to have a week off. But yeah, good race though. Boss, you had a wonderful race. Like I said, you were basically already in. You just had to basically not blow it. So, and you didn't blow it. So, good job. But yes, good job from that. P2, let's now backtrack a little bit and go into P3. Dakota Drake, how you doing today?
Hey, buddy, I'm feeling stoked after that, last lap pass for 3rd.
Yes. So it seems like you had it seemed like you had a bit of a long run kind of a mix between, like, you were really good in the short run, kind of lagged a little bit in the middle, but then a good in the long run. What was your car feeling like?
My first stage, I was really garbage, and I was falling back, and guys were passing me. I was giving them room, letting them pass. Couldn't get the handle of it. Second stage, I was starting to come along there on the long run, like you were saying, and that late race restart, I loosened that bad boy up, and I was getting after it. I think I got 3rd then, too. And then that last stage was a little bit of calamity. There was a lot of door banging, I know guys were fighting for playoff spots, but a lot of guys cutting noses off, slamming people in the walls. So I kind of had to make some desperate moves because that's how people were racing me. And so, I mean, I was up there in the top, 3-5 right there. And then there was another wreck. I got spun, but we recovered. And I was just hanging. I saw them guys battle in front of me. I was like, oh, crap, they're going to get into it. I might luck into something here. And I got the last lap pass for third.
All right, well, there we go. And yeah, last lap pass for third, so that is another podium to add to your stat sheet there, so excellent job there. I know you have a busy night ahead of you, so I'll let you go. But yeah, good result.
Heck yeah, man.
So now that puts down to the race winner here. That is Goose, US Truck Enterprise. Literally, I was actually talking about it in the broadcast that you have not won since this is probably not something you want to hear. You have not won since Watkins Glen early in the season. So, how does it feel to finally be back on top?
I mean, we practiced hard. In the practices, I usually did pretty well. So, like I said, it's bittersweet, really. We all practice together and we come really close. And I hate it that it came between me and Boz, and I'll take the win, but man, I wish it was the final 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just hate to leave these guys back there because they fought so hard all year, and I did too. I mean, yeah, I had a lot of dry spells, but I was concentrating all year on working on driving clean. I know when I first come into MRT, I told you that was my goal, and I'm getting better.
Yeah. And the thing is, Goose, of course, stats aside, you've been one of the most consistent drivers all season. And having that win really elevates you momentum wise. And I know there has been a lot of talk about who the champion is going to be. I think having a bit of a possible re-representation of your mind, just saying that, hey, I can go out and win it. What are your shot? What is your perspective going into Homestead is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I'm going to practice a lot. Everybody knows there's one guy that's extremely good at Homestead, and the championship race is at Homestead. But it's racing, and anything can happen. So.
Oh yeah. And tonight proves it.
Yeah. I'll keep the same mindset that I've had all year. Never quit. If you spin out, get going again, and make a strat call and see what you can do.
Exactly. And if that's what wins you a title, I mean, of course, Truex basically lost the title because his pit crew put left side tires on both sides of the car. So awesome. Hamlin basically lost the championship for putting too much tape. But it's a little things like that. So practice makes perfect, and definitely seeing what you can do.
Appreciate it.
Anytime. So with that, guys, this has been the final, second to last, penultimate race of the ERA Season 1 season. And we will see you guys at Homestead for the season finale here in 2 weeks. Thank you guys so much for watching. Y'all have been awesome. Have a good night, everyone. Peace.